Alexander Graham Bell was born on March 3, 1847, in Edinburgh, Scotland, into a family deeply rooted in the study of communication and speech. His father, Alexander Melville Bell, was a renowned teacher of elocution, and his mother, Eliza Grace, despite being deaf, was a talented musician and a constant source of inspiration for young Alexander. From an early age, Bell was surrounded by conversations about sound, speech, and communication, shaping the path that would lead him to one of the most transformative inventions in human history. Bell's childhood was marked by an intense curiosity about the world around him. He was particularly fascinated by how sound worked, spending hours experimenting with his voice, tuning forks, and any device he could find. One of his first experiments, at the age of 12, was a simple machine designed to remove husks from wheat, a small but ingenious invention that showed his knack for problem solving. At the age of 16, Bell began his formal study of speech and sound, heavily influenced by his father's work on visible speech, a system that helped the deaf learn to speak by visually representing sounds. The family's interest in teaching the deaf would play a crucial role in Bell's life. However, tragedy struck when both of Bell's brothers died of tuberculosis, prompting the family to move to Canada in 1870 for a healthier environment. Once in North America, Bell's life took a significant turn. Settling in Ontario and later moving to Boston, Bell began teaching at schools for the deaf, where he applied and expanded on his father's visible speech system. His ability to help deaf students communicate made him a respected figure in the field, but it also drove his passion for sound and communication to new levels. Bell was deeply motivated by his work with the deaf, particularly his mother and his future wife, Mabel Hubbard, who was also deaf. It was during this time that Bell started to dream about the possibility of transmitting voice over a wire. While others before him had attempted to transmit telegraphic signals, Bell envisioned a device that could carry the human voice itself. Working with his assistant, Thomas Watson, Bell embarked on a series of intense experiments. They began by attempting to create a harmonic telegraph, an instrument that could transmit multiple messages over a single wire simultaneously. While experimenting with this concept, Bell stumbled upon the key insight that led to his most famous invention: if sound could be converted into electrical signals, those signals could be sent along a wire and retransformed into sound at the other end. After countless trials, on March 10, 1876, in their small Boston laboratory, Bell and Watson finally made history. Bell spoke the now famous words, "Mr. Watson, come here, I want to see you," and Watson, in another room, heard Bell's voice clearly through the wire. This marked the birth of the telephone, an invention that would forever change how people communicate. The telephone was revolutionary. It turned Bell into an international figure almost overnight, as people across the world marveled at the possibility of instant voice communication over long distances. In 1877, Bell founded the Bell Telephone Company, and within a few years, telephone lines began to crisscross the United States and beyond. Bell's invention transformed businesses, homes, and social interactions, shrinking the world in ways that were previously unimaginable. Despite his success, Bell was not content to rest on his laurels. He remained a tireless inventor and thinker for the rest of his life, exploring a wide range of scientific fields. He conducted experiments in aeronautics, developing early versions of helicopters and kites that influenced future aviation designs. He also worked on improving the phonograph and took an interest in hydrofoils, contributing to the development of faster boats. Bell's love for helping the deaf never waned. He co-founded the American Association to promote the teaching of speech to the deaf and remained actively involved in education for the hearing impaired throughout his life. However, his association with the telephone and his growing fame overshadowed much of his work in other fields. In his later years, Bell continued to push the boundaries of science and technology. Although he spent much of his time at his estate in Baddeck, Nova Scotia, where he conducted many of his experiments, his influence and contributions extended globally. Bell's boundless curiosity and innovative spirit remained until his death on August 2, 1922. Today, Alexander Graham Bell is remembered not just as the inventor of the telephone, but as a visionary who believed in the power of communication to bridge gaps between people. His life was a testament to perseverance, creativity, and a relentless desire to improve the world. The telephone, his most famous invention, is now so integral to modern life that it's hard to imagine a time without it. Bell's legacy lives on every time we pick up a phone to connect with someone, no matter how far away they may be.